Oh, hey Jake.
Hello and welcome to CBSCC SGHTGH 595. In this special edition, we will be exploring 3 countries who have suffered from civil war: Somalia, Cambodia, and Syria.
While areas like Syria and Somalia currently have civil wars ravaging the country, we also take a close look at how even after a civil war, a country can still be in great danger. Throughout the program, we will bring you live footage from each of these countries.
Geography.
Now for a little information on the countries. Syria is a country in the Middle East and is very dry and arid. The Syrian desert is located in the southeastern part of Syria. The capital is Damascus.
Now to move on to our second country, Somalia. Somalia is also arid and hot, but unlike Syria, is not located in the Middle East. It is located in northeast Africa. The capital of Somalia is Mogadishu, and it is bordered by Djibouti and also Ethiopia, Kenya, and then the Indian Ocean in the Gulf of Aden. The equator lies on the bottom part, on the south part of Somalia, which makes the country very hot. Now to move on to our third country, Cambodia. Cambodia's capital is Phnom Penh. It is bordered by Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, and then the Indian Ocean. It has seen a lot of conflict in between Vietnam and Cambodia, leaving this border pretty scattered and also very damaged from a forest perspective. You can also see that it's quite a tropical climate because of the multiple rivers flowing through, as well as its relation to the equator.
History and government.
Before we jump into the issues, let's look at the history, culture, and government of these 3 countries.
Although Syria and Somalia were imperialized by France at different times, their civil wars started both around the late 2000s and are now suffering from current warfare. Cambodia's civil war, on the other hand, started in the late 60s and ended in the late 70s. It is now suffering from results of the civil war instead of suffering current warfare.
Between these countries, Cambodia has the most successful government. Syria is being ruled by the dictator Assad, and Syria is in a state similar to the Warring States period of China, where there is no clear ruler. Although they are all independent countries, they all have issues regarding a civil war.
Culture.
As far as the culture goes, there are many traditions and ideals between all 3 countries. Both Syria and Somalia place their importance on family, while Cambodia places their importance on religion, which is Theravada Buddhism. In Syria, food mostly consists of Southern Mediterranean, Greek, and Southwest Asian dishes. South Somalia has a diet richer in milk and meats, while North Somalia diets in vegetables and beans. The Cambodian dishes use noodles and Thai food. In all countries, the father is considered to be the head of the house. Syria, Cambodia, and Somalia each have similar sports such as basketball, swimming, and football. These countries each have different customs and everyday lifestyles. For example, elders are respected the most in Cambodia. In Syria, the right hand of a person is considered the clean hand, which is used for eating. And in Somalia, marriage ceremonies are considered to be one of the most special events.
Economy. Now we will take a look at the economy between the 3 countries, starting with the GDP in billions of dollars. As you can see, Syria has $40.5 billion, Cambodia has $18.5 billion, and Somalia has $5.9 billion. Now we will take a look at the GDP per capita. The units here is thousands of dollars. Syria has 1.147 thousand, Cambodia has 1.158 thousand, and Somalia has 558,000.
The Cambodian, Syrian, and Somali civil wars all reveal different things about each other. Although the Cambodian civil war occurred several decades before both Syria and Somalia, there is still valuable insight to be gained from it. In all situations, there have been massive killings of innocent civilians. All three have also started with an unpopular leader who is reluctant to give up power, whether it is the Assad regime, Siad Barre, or others.
Greater powers have also been involved in both Syria and Cambodian civil wars. Both the US and Russia have been present in both wars, with each country backing a different side. In Syria, the US supports the rebels while the Russians support the Assad regime. And in Cambodia, the Khmer Republic was backed by the US while Russia supported the communists. Terrorism is present in two of the three also, with both Somalia and Syria being hit hard. In both situations, terrorist groups are taking advantage of the country's weakened state to further their own regimes.
However, the wars still have their differences. In Cambodia and Somalia, both of the wars have shown improvement, while the Syrian civil war continues to go downhill. Also, there's a varying amount of outside assistance being offered. While Cambodia no longer requires foreign intervention, Syria seems to be receiving much more than Somalia.
I'm here with Cambodian expert Dynasty Quench. First question, what is unique about the Cambodian War?
Well, in the Cambodian Civil War, the unique thing is that even though it was 20 years ago, we're still seeing many repercussions today. Mainly, it's the mines that lay all over Cambodia. Roughly 20% of all villages are covered in these mines. There are estimated 2 million pieces of unexploded ordnance that still sit in Cambodia.
Cool. Hey, aren't you Syrian expert Dynasty Shench?
Yeah, I am. How you doing, dude?
I have a question. How did the Syrian civil war spark?
Well, it sparked when people started to get tired of the Assad regime. It also sparked because in 2011, Assad, the leader, used chemical weapons on his own people. So those are two reasons why. But mainly it was because the regime has been in power for almost 40 years, making the people very tired, and they do really want change.
Hey, aren't you Somalian expert Billy?
Yes, I am. How are you doing today, sir?
I have a question.
Shoot.
How did the vacancy of power cause issues in the country?
Somalia? Well, to explain it like this, when a dictator was overthrown, there was a vacancy of power. Now, this vacancy of power left a vacuum where all the air and all the government was sucked out. Something needed to fill it in. This caused many corrupt regimes to try and take their own place. Now, I know you boys studied something called the Chinese Warring States period. You could really relate it to that. Thank you.
Now it is time for some live footage down in the war-bound countries. Take a look. Hold up. If the Cambodian Civil War was 20 years ago, then how is it still suffering?
Now, the problem with the Cambodian situation is that the Civil War, while it was 20 years ago, still has many repercussions today that are affecting the people. Let's say that this right here is Cambodia, okay? And now on the northern side, up here, all through here, 20% of the villages are covered in minefields. There have been 60,000 casualties and amputees all over the northern part of Cambodia that have been affected by these mines. Now this is the main repercussion that you can see after civil wars, is unexploded ordnance. It is estimated that there are 2 million unexploded pieces of ordnance in Cambodia altogether. Now that's not just this northern part. There have also been many casualties all down in the southern, eastern, and western parts as well.
Resolutions? ?
However, there are some resolutions to all these issues. In Cambodia, the situation is being solved by their own people. CMAC, or Cambodian Mine Action Center, is working to clear Cambodia of the estimated 6 million pieces of ordnance that cover 20% of all villages. This is quite different than what Syria and Somalia are doing, which is relying on rebel armies and also relying on the UN and allies for economic help, as well as help fighting the Assad regime. In Somalia, Kenyan troops are fighting al-Shabaab, while the UN tries to help when they can.
What does the future hold?
In Cambodia, it seems to be a hopeful future as the government is stable and rebuilding since the civil war has gone very well. Mines are being cleared out every day, making it a safer place to live. While also in Cambodia, multiple war criminals have still gone on trial and either been executed or jailed for their war crimes. In Syria, the forecast shows a stalemate ahead as the UN can only do so much to protect the people while remaining neutral, and the Assad regime is still very powerful and capable of knocking out the rebels. In Somalia, bleak and cloudy days await as it seems the UN and other countries have too much on their plate to help Somalia right now. Kenya's army, while being successful against al-Shabaab, the terrorist regime, cannot eliminate other forces looking to take over the main government in Somalia. Corrupt days may be ahead for the Somalian government. I'd like to thank you for watching our program on internal conflicts all across the world. Bye, everybody.